Hey, YouTube Rando here. It's been a while since we did a garden update, and for good reason. We haven't done anything with it, man. Nothing at all. I haven't even watered my garden in probably close to 2 months now. I haven't weeded it. I haven't done anything. In fact, the melon garden's gotten away from me pretty bad. I had probably halfway through my yard, I had watermelon vines. And when I went to mow, I was actually running over watermelons. Little ones, but melons nonetheless. The cantaloupe garden's still producing. I was fixing to cut it out, take it all out, and I noticed these 3, and then 4 got wasted. 2 actually grew on the ground instead of growing up on the trellis, and they got worms in them or something. There was big holes in them, so I just chopped them up and composted them, and then 2 actually grew under the house and rotted on the vine. So they're still producing fairly well. I did get 3 off of it this morning. I'll take you outside and show you the rest of it. Alright, so you can see here what I'm talking about. It got away from me pretty bad. It actually grew across my solar light wire and started yanking it down. It's all cockeyed now. There was 2 pretty good sized melons growing on these vines. Got a bunch of these little ones like this. This is growing clear over on my front steps. You can see here. We got plenty of little ones like that on here. I haven't even been tying them off anymore. They get just big enough and start turning yellow on the vine, and I go ahead and pull them, let them ripen inside. In fact, they ripen quick enough that we're eating them day that we pick them. But you can see my garden needs work. The watermelon vine, man, it was clear out past that toy gun out there. It had done ran all the way. Sorry about that. My camera cut off in the middle of recording. I guess I hit the stop button on accident. So this whole wall of vines right here is new from the cantaloupe. It's actually growing across this line right here. And I had quite a few melons on that. I don't know if I said that I don't know if it caught that in the other video, but you can see this watermelon garden is bad. It's super bad. It's still a little bit green. I'll go ahead and turn it, let it sit another day, and that one will be ready. So you can see the melons, the cantaloupes are still producing pretty well. We got quite a few on the vine, a couple like that's ready now. The watermelons were the biggest disappointment. I don't know if it caught it in the other video, so I'm just going to walk over here and redo it. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. There's another good sized one right there. There's that one. And where is that little bugger I just showed you? Right there. Up under there, there's another one. So there's 2 good sized ones that are probably ready to pick. We'll let them sit for another day or 2 and let them get a little bit of yellow in them before we pick them. Here's my main garden. There's some of the melons that I hit with the mower. I'm just going to compost it. We took everything out of it. The okra, tomatoes, the watermelons. This watermelon's actually from the melon patch over here. It was just out in the yard, and I ran over the vine with a mower. So I'm just going to compost the melon, but that big old stack of stuff right there is what came out these 2 little bitty gardens. So that just tells you how bad it was. It was pretty bad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get out here and I'm going to till both of these up completely. Dig some good sized holes in them. You know, dig like 3 trenches in it. And I'll bury all my garden scraps and raw food scraps down in there. Cover it with dirt and then cover that with straw and just wet it. Keep it moist. Let it compost. It keeps me from having to do a compost pile, and it makes my soil really rich. So I won't have to do much to it for next grow season. I'll just let it compost over winter. It'll never get really hot. It don't attract flies or anything when you bury it. I just don't like having a compost heap, so that's how I compost. I just bury everything. It takes a little longer, but it works. The worms will do most of the work. That's quite a bit of stuff coming out that little bitty garden. So, I don't think we're going to do a winter garden, though. We're just going to compost this one, and I'm going to let this one go as long as I can and get melons off of it before I pull it. We'll go ahead and weed from here up out, and I'll start composting the front half where the watermelons are. But the cantaloupes are still growing good, so I'm going to let them keep going. And like I said, I haven't watered this thing. I haven't done anything with it. It's just been growing on its own. You can see there's a bunch of dead leaves in there need to come off. I haven't done anything. And still producing cantaloupes. So I think we're going to grow cantaloupes every year. Maybe not in the same spot. You know, you're supposed to switch it up a little bit. But I think as long as if I compost right here real well, it should work. I don't know. We'll just have to see. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube.